Hello and welcome to Your Money, a show that helps you make the most out of your savings and investments. I'm Vivek Loh. On the show today, we will discuss investment strategies with Karthik Zaveri, Director of Transcend Consulting, who will join us in just a bit. But first, and moving on to our today's topic of discussion, we've got investment strategies lined up for you. That's the topic we're going to talk on today. We've got Karthik Zaveri, who's a certified financial planner, as well as Director of Transcend Consulting, who's here with us in our studio. Karthik, let's get across straight to the first question of the day. We've got Vandana Nair, who's on the line. Let's speak to her. Vandana.
Hi.
Hi, good evening, Vandana. Tell us, what do you do with your money? Have you been working for a while now? Have you been investing it wisely?
I have just taken some mutual funds, some two systematic investment plans. So I don't want to invest now again in mutual funds because I think that exposure is okay, fine.
Okay.
So what are the other avenues, if you can suggest something?
Right, but what I understand is you've only invested in mutual funds till now. Have you invested elsewhere as well?
I do have the old LIC policy and all, which is, going on from quite a while.
Okay, all right.
What are all the new dimensions we can look for?
Right. Karthik, why don't you help Vandana work out a financial plan for her quickly?
Hi Vandana. Now, since you've already invested something in mutual funds and you do have a little bit of insurance and now you're looking for alternative avenues, see, the fundamental rule is that if you want to get a fairly decent amount of return, then obviously what you need to do is straight away look at an asset class which is going to be in a condition or in a position to give you that kind of return. Now, mutual fund is a beautiful instrument. I'm going to tell you to recommend, to put your money in certain equity-linked saving schemes. I'm going to tell you to put a fair amount of money into things like pension schemes and balance schemes. So if you're not really very keen to or very comfortable in a situation where you want to have 100% money exposed, you can consider balance schemes, which will have more than 50% allocation. It will be very tax efficient also, and at the same time it will help your money grow, and that's the best long-term growth proposition that you have before you today.
Right, let's get across now. We've got Virendra Handa, who's our next caller. Let's speak to him. He's calling from Korba in Chhattisgarh. Virendra? Virendra, you'll have to switch off your TV. You'll not be able to hear us otherwise.
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Yeah, please switch off your TV as well. Right.
Yeah, I'm able to hear you, sir.
Tell us, Virendra, what's your question today?
So my question is, I want to, after retirement, I want to invest my money, and I want a safe investment with good returns and also health insurance.
Right. Okay. How old are you now?
I'm 58.
You're 58. Okay. And what's the kind of money you're looking at getting as a corpus when you retire?
I've gotten that is already there.
You've already got?
Yeah.
Okay. And how much is that?
It is written about 40 lakh rupees I want to invest.
It's about 40 lakh rupees is what you've got. Okay. 40 lakh, that's his life's earnings. He obviously has to make sure he makes the most of it in the future.
Actually, yes.
How would you guide him with this 40 lakh rupees?
Mr. Handa, for one of the first things that we need to do really is that once you retire, a lot of things will change. Like you said, you want to have safety of capital. At the same time, you'll also have to think about emergencies and protecting your assets so that if you run into any kind of an unforeseen contingency, you have enough money provision for that. Besides that, you also should look at steady income and the fact that your money gives you estate and that kind of benefit as well. Now, regarding healthcare, what I would say is the first and the most obvious thing to do is to get into a Mediclaim plan, and at the same time allocate about 5 to 10% of your money into some kind of a liquid or a very cash-like investment which you can use anytime. Moving on from there,
give an example of that.
You could go look at any of these liquid funds that are there by these mutual funds, because the money is on call on 24 hours. You can really get it fast. At the same time, it grows at a 4-5%, and it can be very, very tax efficient as well. Okay. So moving on from there, then the next about 30 to 40%. Since you're 58, you might feel that I'm recommending 30 to 40% in equity diversified schemes, but considering that you've got another 15 to 17 years to go, it may be a fairly decent kind of an investment move to do. Moving on from there,
so about 40% should be in a diversified
30
equity
to 40%.
30 to 40%.
I mean,
okay, let's take the lower end. 30% is what he must put in a set of diversified equity.
Precisely.
Right.
He should do that. Moving on from there, he needs to also invest a fair amount, say about 30% 25 to 35% into senior citizen bonds, which which will give him 9%, which will even help him to build his estate if he wants to leave that money further for his children, etc. That 9% will be also such that because he'll not have any other income, what will happen is that will generally become a tax-free income for him, as such. So that's one other thing which he could do. And the last allocation of about, say, another 20% I would say is to do into MIPs. So they give you a 5-10 kind of a % exposure to equities. But if you do that, and if you start activating a systematic withdrawal plan from there, it will help you to supplement your monthly income as well. So putting all these things together, I think this could give you a well balanced composite retirement plan for the next 15-20 odd years.
Right, thanks for that. We've got an email now. Sameer Rana from Surat has sent us this email. He has invested in mutual funds, PPF, post office scheme, shares and term plan. On top of all these, he wants to invest 1 to 2 lakh rupees more. Which is the best option for him? Has he left out anything at all?
Not really, but what he can do, what I would think is, why do a post office recurring kind of a scheme? I mean, he can get an 8% in alternative schemes. See, he's young, he needs to have flexibility with his money, and he needs to be having enough liquid money by which he can take an opportunity. So the best investment strategy for a person like Sameer, 35 years of age, should be that the money should be invested in a high growth oriented investment at the same time which can be liquidated. So as long as there's no other alternative opportunity available, let it keep growing. As soon as there's another opportunity available, liquidate and take advantage of that. So I'd say maybe a post office deposit is not such a good idea. I don't know if he's considered equity linked savings schemes a beautiful instrument on a long term basis. So that's something.
What about some pension plans as well?
And he needs to also look at his retirement in terms of pension plans from mutual funds. He can also look at unit linked insurance plans, which are pension based plans. So a composite mix of all this should be a good investment strategy for someone who's young and can have a lot of dynamic risk taking ability in his life.
Right. Well, time for a break now. Karthik Zaveri will stay on to answer more of your queries. We'll be back after this very short break. Welcome back. You're watching Your Money with Karthik Zaveri and we are discussing investment strategies. Let's go across now to Amritsar. We've got Mayank Kapoor from there. Mayank, you're 23 years old. What have you done with your money so far?
Yeah, actually, I've just finished my post-graduation. I've done MBA.
Okay.
And I just started making a bit of portfolio for me.
Very good.
And till date, I have 34 shares of PNB at the rate 390, which were under the IPO.
Okay.
Then I got some around 50 shares of OBC at the rate 250.
Right.
Then I'd invested a bit of money in mutual funds, which would be in HSBC Midcap, and SBI Midcap Magnum Fund, and HDFC Multicap Fund.
Okay.
And recently I have put an application for ICICI blended plans.
Okay.
For 5,000.
Right.
So, being a new investor and just a bit of portfolio of around 30 to 40,000 bucks.
Okay.
At the moment, and till now my investments have been good, leaving beside the PNB investment, which currently is around 380 bucks. I wanted to know how to go about my investments in the future, so that till now in the SBI mutual fund I have a good return. It's around 11 rupees at the moment, which makes my 600 units within a month to 6,600 rupees, which is a good interest.
Right.
So in the future,
how much money do you have right now further to invest at this point?
I have around say 40,000 more bucks with me.
Okay.
Which
You've
I can
done
invest.
well. You've done well for yourself at 23, I must say. You've not just earned money well, but you've also been investing it very well. But let me get Karthik in here to give you a slightly more longer term picture of what you should do with your money. Well, I think he's on the right track. He's looking at equities. He's going through the IPO route. He's going through the mutual fund route. But I think just a couple of things that you may like to tell him about the kind of time frame that he should look at. I don't think he should be looking at a 1 month return and justifying his investment in a mutual fund. I think that's a much